folks. We here with a special episode of Bossa University podcast. Here with my homie, Big Mac, Young Cali Macc. What's good, bro?
What you do, man?
Special guest, Jasmine.
What's up, guys?
Oh, man. How you doing, Jazz? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, you know. Bossing up, leveling up, doing everything I said I was going to do 7 years ago.
I know that's right.
Yeah. How you doing, Mac? How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Just enjoying the day, man. Trying to make $100, make it work.
You know, I had to bring you on, you know, studio time, get you right.
Yeah,
you know, it's time to take off, bro. You my first 700 ENT West artist that I signed. You know, Cameron has his own lineup in Ross. We bring all that shit together and we make it work, man. It's an honor to have you on. It's an honor. It's an honor, bro. But shit, I got the lovely Miss Jazz. You know, this is the person that really got me right, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I was fucked up, when I was smoking all that weed, she was spitting gems to me, but that shit was going in one ear and out the other. And I wasn't even lit. Let me stop. You know, slow it down. She was throwing gems at me, bro, and I wasn't catching them. Some of them I was catching, like, all right, cool. Yeah. But at the time, I was like, I was caught up because I was chasing a football dream, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, a lot of us chase it because we see it. We see, you know, they brainwash us from all the way from till we kids to when we get to college, bro. Yeah. So you know how that go. But, you know, I just had to bring up, you know, on and just let her touch you and basically give you gems too, bro.
Never.
Yeah. So how you doing, Jazz? Like, what's going on?
I'm doing great. Just been honestly just working, getting me together, getting life, just going through life, trying to really get established, getting to that next level, like you said.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because me and Lamar actually went to college together. So that's how we met each other in college. We both were very ambitious people, but just going after the wrong things of what society told us to go after.
Correct.
And then eventually I got to a point to where I was like, you know, I do not like working for people. I don't like having a job. I just hated it. So I was just like, I'm gonna be my own boss one day. Like, for sure. Like, I don't see myself working for, and I was just, you know, you're just saying something just to say, and then eventually, like, it really happened. Like, so manifestation, speaking things into existence is very real. And for sure, I think that that's just something that's kind of already implanted in you. It's not something that's just kind of like you just wake up one day and you decide it.
Yeah.
I've been like about my money since I was a kid. So I was always just very fascinated with money and always wanted more. Right. And then eventually once I got to a point, I learned like business owners are the ones that have a lot of time and money to go do things. It's not, you know, and it's no disrespect to anyone that's like working, you know, regular 9-to-5 jobs, salute you guys too. But once I learned that there were other ways that you can make money and you don't have to work hard to make your money.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the discipline about that too. If you're a 9-to-5 worker, you can still be a boss because you take that money to fund your business and you fund yourself. Invest in you. You invest in 40 hours in them. How you gonna go home and not invest at least 2 to 3 hours in yourself? That's stuff to yourself. Be real. Yeah, give yourself some time too.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel. Like, cause I was at a point where I was working, you know, 9-to-5 the way I was. Yeah, I could pay my rent. I could get some Jordans. I could do little small stuff. But it's like, why even keep spending your money on that? Them people ain't giving you anything. You buying their product. So I look at it as, okay, look, I was real big on listening to Nip. So through the gems he was spitting through his music, he really got me on the cryptocurrency. He really got me on the investing. He really got me on the spending money because he looked at it as, what's the Benz if you live in check to check?
Right.
So if you live in check to check.
And that's the thing I think with a lot of people these days, it's like everybody wants to be a boss or look like a boss, but they don't want to do the work of a boss. And a boss is not somebody like where you go to your job and it's someone that tells you what to do. A boss is someone that's just a mentality that you have and where you take accountability, you take ownership, you're just in a mindset of this is mine. Yeah. Like, and when you get to that level, your job is to help put other people on. But unfortunately, most people want to wear the Rolexes and they want to, you know, wear the clothes, the designer, and look like money, but they really don't want to work to establish it and maintain it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's huge that you said that.
Yeah, because I look at it like it's just a society we come up in now. Like I call it the Instagram society. Everybody want instant success, you know, but don't want to work for it. You know, I look at it like this. Me personally, it took for me to fail. It took me to fail 2 times, not once, but twice. I failed twice. I ain't really get the letters I wanted out of high school for the sport I was playing. Right. Then when I went to college, you know, I got out. You know, I had my fun in Baltimore City and all that. I did what I was supposed to do. But once I got to Cali, Cali is a whole nother land. I went wild. I was partying from Monday to Sunday. Sometimes Sunday to Monday, whatever. I was just wilding for no reason. But the whole time I'm spending the money on weed, drugs, you know, whatever. You know, not really putting in good things into me. I'm putting in poison. I'm putting poison in me. I ain't even eating alkaline foods. Like, I'm not even eating a proper thing. So it's like, how can you be better when you ain't feeding yourself the right stuff? You ain't even giving yourself the right fuel. You eating fast food every day.
For sure.
It starts.
It's just a matter of, too, like, being a leader. Like, if you know, like, your path is different from other people, you, like what we talked about earlier, it's like, I control my environment. So if I can go into an environment, let's say people are in an environment doing certain things that stand against my, you know, my code, my morals, I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
And no one's going to force me to, Jazz, do this. I'm not, like, you're not going to influence me to do nothing I don't want to do. But I'm for sure the person, if we're somewhere, hey, guys, I think we should do this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because I came up with the idea to do it.
Exactly.
And I think too many people that you want to fit in with, you know, everybody that's around you. That's the biggest mistake. You care too much what people think, or you feel like, I'm not going to be cool if I'm not doing what they're doing. But when you're just, your path is designed specifically for you, you can't do everything that the masses are doing.
Yeah.
You literally have to just kind of stay in your lane and just kind of, you know, tread lightly. And
it's crazy that you say that, because it's like, when you find your calling, when you find your purpose, you're going to know you find your purpose. You're going to be doing things you never seen yourself doing.
Yeah.
You're going to be going the extra mile that you never thought you had in you. Mm-hmm. You're going to lose sleep. And I'm only telling you what I'm going through. You're going to lose sleep. Like this past week, I got 12 hours of sleep in 6 days. That's not good. That's not good. But in the same times, I asked for this because this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to work for. So it's like, now I got it. I'm just going to keep going. You know? Sure. That's how I look at things.
The marathon continues.
Exactly. Shout out to Big Dipsy. Big Nip. Okay. Big Sam. Shout out to Black Sam, man. But yeah, it's just me personally, like this woman right here to the left of me, like she really like when I was kind of like lost and a little broken. No, I ain't even gonna say a little. I was lost and broken. Like she could see it. You feel me? I lost a whole sister. You know, at the time, I lost a whole sister. Rest in peace to Brittany. And Jazz used to just put good word in me. You feel me? Cause take me out the house. Cause if you know me, I won't get out the house. I'm a house. I'm a homebody. I don't want to go anywhere. Like I'd rather make money in my house, chill in my house. If I want to have some cool friends and some good vibes over, I'll invite you to my house. Or, you know, I got friends without their own. Hey, bro, come over my house. Get out the house. I'm sick of seeing you in the house. You on Apex. We playing Grand Theft Auto all day. That ain't no good for you. So it's like, if I'm not doing that, then I'm making clothes. I'm down on the fashion district doing what I got to do. I'm out. Like, I'm trying to make organic relationships with people who can basically teach me things, and I can teach them things because I'm from an environment that they not from. Or I might have seen something they might have not saw. Or I look at it like this. My brother Nolan, shout out to Big Nolan. He told me this one thing. He said, yo, you can learn from everybody. He said, you can even learn from a crackhead.
Yeah.
He said, you know what you can learn? Just learn how to maneuver, and if they're in a bad situation, not do the things they did.
Exactly. So life is your teacher, basically. You're always being taught something, but a lot of times I think because we're so focused on things that's not happening for us, it's kind of like that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah.
It's like your mom or your grandma can say something to you, and you're just like, oh, whatever. And years later, it resonates like, dang, this is what she was saying. Like, because you were ready to receive the lesson now, but you're always learning. Life is always teaching you something, but you just have to be, once you get to a point where you're elevating, you have to be on a consistent standby of like being open to see what the lesson is. Yeah,
and that's crazy that you say that, because like today, like I thought about my grandmother and I really cried. I had tears of joy. I mean, she died last year. It's about to go on a year or whatever. And like before she passed, I made a promise to her, like I was gonna graduate college. Of course, you know I didn't do that. I dropped out. But I'm gonna go back and finish just for her. But like, just to see that I can just like really live. Like I can send my mom money now. I can do what I want to do. I can, if I want Jordans, I can go and do that. Like, but it's like I got the money now. I don't even want that. Like I want to get to the people that ain't got. You feel me? Like you see these Yeezys right here. Somebody gonna get them for free. Like I don't care about that no more. I'm all about like lifting other people up. Like if you can go throw me an alley-oop, I'm gonna go catch it anyway. So you go catch this one, I'm gonna throw you. That's how I look at it. Like you threw me plenty of alley-oops just with wisdom. If you put good word in me, like I go through. I of course I'm gonna touch somebody that's destroyed. But if you don't want to change, if you don't want to do, if you don't want to better yourself, I'm gonna tell you 2 times. You don't get no 3 strikes with me. I'm gonna tell you 2 times. If I can check you and we can come back as men and you can correct your mistakes, then you my mans. You feel me? I can talk to you and we can change that. But if you round out at me and you don't change, or you change for a little while and go back to doing what you're doing, you ain't lying. You just acted and you just you floating about. You getting by. We can't do that over here at 700 ENT. We trying to get to the top because we came from nothing. Like protect absolutely nothing. So we got to protect not the brand, the family.
Well, the brand is the family.
Well, yeah, of course.
So your brand is your family.
Shout out to the Ferrars and the Johnsons, man. We trying to get far, man. Like we came from nothing. Like I'm proud of my mom. I'm proud of Cam's mom. You know, Pat coming home. Shout out to Pat. You know, he in the hospital with COVID. You know, he recovering. So COVID is real. Take care of your health. Eat good. You know, if you got underlying problems, you need to get sun 30 minutes. Work out. Like take care of yourself, man. Pop them sea moss pills or eat the sea moss. The Joe. Pop it, man. Like make sure you hold with the earth because you are 80% water. So make sure you take care of your body. What they say, what is it? Yeah, mind, body, soul. That's real big. So I'm real big on that. Just making sure that the people around me was feeding me gems or was actually helping me.
Yeah.
I want to make sure y'all good. Because if y'all good, I'm great.
Yeah. So starting on the first topic today is personal growth.
Yeah.
I think that's something, I don't know, I kind of started on my personal growth journey about 2014. It was really, I started...
What made you start your personal growth journey? You can't
You gonna make me tell the whole story?
No, you gotta summarize. We podcast.
Okay, so as you guys know, like I said, me and Lamar, we met in college. That's how we became friends. When I was in college at the time, I was actually dating someone. And I just felt like during that time, I was just trying to be busy. So I was taking 18 units, working 2 jobs, and just I just felt like the hamster on the wheel.
Yeah.
And I just was not happy for some reason. It's like, I'm happy for you, the person at the time who's my partner. Like, you're going after your football dream, but I'm not personally happy. And, you know, I didn't really know much about self-love. You know, I didn't grow up with my father. I had a stepdad, but, I mean, he wasn't the best example of a father.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know anything about, like, self-love or anything. And then it just finally got to a point, once I got out of this relationship, I was just so broken to the point where I think Lamar says I was at his house and I was like crying on the couch.
You were fucked up. Yeah,
he said he was like, I guess I said that.
Excuse my language, but she was broken. Like I seen it, like, cause I've been there before.
And so I was just like, man, I'm gonna be a businesswoman one day. I'm gonna be on jets. I'm gonna have my own business. And I guess I'm just like emotional at the time, and I'm just talking, but not really looking back today. Like I spoke into existence what I told myself I was gonna be.
Yeah.
And then I guess at that time I met my mentor, and he just asked me like, "Oh, what do you do?" I told him I went to school for business, and he was like, "You're not gonna make money learning from somebody that makes $60,000 a year." I was oh, and I was like, man, show me your checks. And at the time, he was making $40,000 a month, and I had never met nobody that made that much a month. So I was like, how are you making that? He was like, people at work. I was like, oh, okay. And so he was like, well, you know, I could teach you everything you need to know about business. Right. Drop out of school. So I made the decision, dropped out of school, and then I kind of started learning about like different books.
Books is the key to life.
Yeah, so a lot of books. I just started kind of like, you know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, The Laws of Success.
Yep. A good book I can recommend that I can say elevated my hustle was a book Nick recommended to everybody. It's called Contagious by John and Berger.
Oh, okay.
So
I put that on my list.
that's one of those books where you'd be like, golly, this man was above his time. And when I touched it, I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't even read the whole book. I read 50 pages, and a lot of the game and a lot of the marketing comes from that book. Chief Keef, Jay Prince. Like, I really look up to a lot of influential men, but not men was be in front of the camera. I want to be like the man behind the camera that made everything possible. You know, because that's where it's at. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Like, it ain't about flaunting and showing off what you got. It's about what's in that account with them kids, them grandkids can get. That's what it's all about.
And that's when I just kind of started learning about like what life insurance was, or will and living trust, and you know, because it's like, I guess in the Black community, a lot of people don't talk about it. You see the GoFundMe, you see the car washes, but it's like when you really sit down sometimes with people, they're like, oh, that's another bill, and that's this, but it's like, okay, you go out every weekend, you spend money on food, Jordans, hair, haircuts, makeup, nails, and it's like you don't have money to invest into your family, so I just think, like, my whole mindset just kind of changed, like, towards, like, you know, from the scratch, when you start building your family, you should be having talks with them about, you know, leaving a legacy, building, you know, owning something that is yours, learning trades and not going to go work for someone else.
Do you agree? Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, Matt come from, like, a family like that, where you see like, everybody follow suit. He got a sister. He got sisters with bosses. He got brothers with bankers and shit like that. I mean, things like that. So it's like, okay, how do you feel about that? Because
I feel about it. What's the question?
Just honestly, she just was saying, like, you gotta be around people, and like when you have a family, you gotta have those discussions. You gotta basically check in. You feel me? Like, honestly, I know I have Caucasian friends. They still sit at the table and eat dinners and have those conversations. That's something we don't do because why? Mom and dad is at work.
At work.
Yeah, you gotta know how to make your time. You gotta make sure your time is not just based around you. It's around everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you're a boss or whatever, king or whatever you say, you got to make sure you give your time to everybody. You get what I'm saying? And there's some type of communication around your team or your what would you say, your tribe or whatever.
Your tribe. That's a great word.
That way that everyone's on the same page and everyone knows their role and what to do or what they should be doing.
Cool.
Because if you don't have that communication, then you don't have everyone fighting and probably do the same thing, but they're not meant to do the same thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So
everybody has
a vision and all this extra stuff.
And I didn't really learn about teams until I went into business for myself. I didn't really learn until I went into business for myself that you need a team with anything that you do. It don't matter. Exactly. You can be doing music.
He made me real.
And it's about finding, like you said, your tribe. We call it tribe, whatever it is, but people that are on the same page. The saying, like, we're called a boss is someone that makes sure everyone eats, to where you're feeding your people knowledge, to where everybody's playing their part. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, there's always that battle with business owners. Oh, employees, and employees don't like it. But there's a balance. Somebody has to do the work.
Exactly.
I don't knock it, because there's bosses that are employed in there that are high up in, you know, let's say, like you said, you have a brother that does banking.
Yes.
Or, you know, some people are just bosses in different fields of what they do.
Right. Exactly.
But there's that one person that kind of just has the vision for it, and then you just have to find people. Okay, well, you're the engineer. Okay, great. Well, you're the camera person. Great. Exactly. You do the hair. You do this. So when you have that dynamic team, you can come together and create something. You know, create the dream. Create the exactly.
Oh, it's crazy that you say that. Give me an example of some people that do that.
An example?
Yeah.
I mean, you see it all the time with music artists. If you notice, a lot of them are creating tribes. Like, so you kind of see, like, Yo Gotti's kind of building his tribe. You know, he has a dope little tribe, and then you see Quality Control. They're building their tribe. Gucci Mane, of course. Boosie's been around for years. So with anything you do, you kind of know these are the people with the vision, but they know, like, okay, well, as I go on this vision, I need the people to help me pull the weight. I can't do this, but you can't do nothing by yourself. If you think that you can, you're working backwards. You're doing hard work.
It's crazy that you say that because Mac made me realize it. He said, bro, you running around too much, bro. He said, you got to play your part. He said, you can't do music. He said, you can do music and do clothes, but he was like, I see your heart is on the clothes. He said, so I'm just going to focus on the music. You do the clothes. I got a cousin who do clothes and music, so you link with somebody who's like-minded. You get with those like-minded people, and you develop organic relationships to where y'all can grow, and things just get
and all it takes is really for one person to get to the door. And I think because everybody has the crab in the bucket mentality, they don't understand that. Like, let's say my credit is together and I go to the bank and get a loan for $250,000. If I'm like, we don't need to go to no agency or no record label, like we can do this ourselves and be independent. Really cool. Okay, well, if I'm the one that got the loan, okay, now I need to break the bread and be like, I'm going to make sure you guys are incorporated and have your money together, so that way you can put up your own fee to buy your jewelry, your cars, your clothes, to brand yourself how you need to. Does that make sense? Yeah. But a lot of people, they don't do that because they're thinking about themselves. They kill the dream when you're being selfish and thinking about yourself, or you come up and you get on, or you think you're running off on the plug, because you don't see the team effort of you could have had so much more than that little bitty piece that you tried to run off with.
That's all money in.
Exactly. And so you have to have people that understand that, you have to invest with anything you do. That's the biggest thing I would tell anybody out there. You have to learn to invest into yourself. And what I mean by invest in yourself, stop being cheap. If you're a music artist, pay the quality money that you need to pay.
I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Trap LA. He just said that the other day. You cannot be in the industry and not pay your dues. Those are dues.
Yeah, it's like you can, if you're a music artist, go pay for some real studio time. Don't be in your cousin's closet, right? If you want to model, go book in downtown LA, go book a studio and pay a photographer to take your pictures, right? Yeah. If you want to be an influencer on Instagram, what does it take? Okay, you have to have your hair, nails, makeup be done. Okay, let me invest in a makeup class. Let me invest in I paid $300 for a 5-hour Zoom content class. Mm-hmm. But I learned heck of nuggets from this lady. The lady makes probably like $400,000 a month.
She deserves.
And so, but I didn't think of it as like $300. Like, no, that was an investment because she really helped me. Because when I started learning how to really post on Instagram, I started making money from it.
Exactly.
Instead of using your Instagram to scroll, use it to create content to help you produce income. So it's like if I wish I would have learned it a lot sooner instead of trying to be cheap and no, my cousin could do it for half off. No, put your money up for it and get that quality. Quality versus over quantity for sure.
Definitely. Everybody that's for anything. They just want to hurry up, the more shit, and they want it quickly.
Exactly.
They don't want to actually pay and actually take the step to actually take the time to take the steps to do what you need to do.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well pay the engineer $300, $400, $500 instead of going in that closet.
And when you first start, obviously you have to start somewhere. Like, the girls, like I told a friend the other day, I'm like, okay, if you can't get your nails done, go buy press-ons at the store. Nobody's really gonna know you're taking pictures. That's
the best thing.
I have another friend. She does that. She does the gel thing on her own. So it's kind of like, if you know for sure, like, okay, you want to go all in and really get to the next level, invest into yourself, like, and it's going to pay tenfold, I promise you. It's never going to, either you're going to learn a lesson or the investment's going to come through. But either way it goes, you're going to gain something back from your investment. So,
it's going to pay for itself. And just to capitalize off of what you said, Trap LA, he said the same thing. And, Big Trap basically say, like, it's crazy how these artists think that they gonna pay like so little money on promotion and they just gonna blow up out of somewhere. He was like, no, you gotta pay for your hit to get spent. Then it's like you gotta get your billboards up. He's like, you gotta get people to want to know who you are.
Guerrilla marketing.
Yeah,
you gotta hit the streets.
And the perfect person who was the biggest gorilla when it came to market. Shout out to Percy Miller, man, Master P, my inspiration, man. The ice cream man.
Guerrilla marketing for sure. You have to learn to open up your mouth and go talk to people.
Don't be shy.
You can't because you gotta remember,
get up out of that.
We don't gotta care what people
and then it's so much easier because now all you have to do is pick up your phone to do it. Like you really don't even have to hit the streets.
It's so
if you're consistent with you can still do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're consistent, last year we've been in a pandemic, so nobody really got to do anything. So
that's why I did it. That's why.
Let me get on social media and get in front of this camera and just keep putting myself out, and then people gonna eventually feel you like, dang, I like her. Like, and then once you're a brand, at that point you can sell water and people are gonna buy it just because it's you.
This is no lie. But what I say, if you're gonna sell water, if you're gonna sell anything, make sure it's quality. Not just a bunch of quantity. Quality. A lot of good. Make your people come back. Make them itch for what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the biggest part when it comes to marketing. You want to be sincere. You want people to work with you, but in the same time, you gotta tell people, ain't no discounts on mine. Do you go to that store and ask for them Jordans for the low? Do you ask for that Gucci for the low? So don't expect it over here. Like, be respectful. We men, don't play. Like, we men, we women here. Let's start acting like it. That's just how I feel. Like, we need to get back to the roots of what we was. Like, I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm just not feeling it. Like, just from the disrespect, I see a lot of men out here talking to women crazy, but when a man check you, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna say nothing. You got the utmost respect. If you gonna come with that energy to a woman, come to the match. Come to a real man with that same energy. More than likely, he gonna knock you out. So that's what I be saying. I don't know what's going on, but I just mind my business, because it's like where I came from, the morals and the ethics, like, we really respect ourselves. We respect everything around us. Once we see that you don't respect yourself, it's like, all right, cool, we're going to remove ourselves. And we got to, because it's like, we don't want to see self-destruction. We don't want to see toxicity. We want everybody to be doing well.
So let's get into that. Explain that you said that, because being that we live in like such a clout chasing era is so different, especially with social media. Everybody's just trying to pull stunts in relationships or whatever it is for social media. I know it's like the 90s baby is just like
they stopped after 95. I'm just gonna be real. After 95, things got a little.
Are there any really real men and real women left?
No, it is. It's a lot of them. But you know what it is? It's just some people caught up with the wrong people, and like you told me, we are like trees, seasonal. No, you ain't tell me that. Shout out to Deanna. She told me that, my homie Deanna. She straight told me, she was like, man, we are like trees. You know, come every season, people fall, leaves fall off. Equate them to people. But if you a tree trying to hold on to leaves was there, well, how does that make you look? It's hurting you too. Yeah.
What it is, I think the younger generation is, like, now, I guess since I just turned 30, I consider myself an OG. So a lot of times when I'm having conversations, people are like, my goal is to give you something. I want you to leave a conversation with me where you're like, damn, okay, Jasmine told me this. Like, you know? And a lot of them, they're either just not listening, because I feel like there are a few real men and women left, but it's like a lot of these younger men and women, like, they're not trying to hear it, because everything's portrayed so easily. Or they think like, oh, you trying to be my mom. It's like, no, I'm trying to really give you a game, because you have to teach the next person in order for it to continue. So eventually, I feel like, honestly, in the next 60 years, it's going to be still very few people, but it's going to be like literally that 0.1% of people that like.
You got to look at what they're looking up to. You know what I'm saying? Because we older than them. And then, it's just whatever they're looking up to. But
the people we looked up to was like Tupac. Like, it was a different.
It was people with content.
People with content, but you gotta remember, Tupac shot 2 cops. Tupac was convicted of rape.
Yeah, but we never saw him as a thug or outside people looking at him. I never saw Tupac as that.
Of course, it's just because the way he carried himself that we didn't, but the people on the other side did.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's more as in like the way that.
Well, they marketed the thug life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way that the way that they're marketing society, it's like they're fucking it up. People's putting things out there, not knowing what they're putting out there. They're just putting it out there, not knowing like little kids is gonna do what they say or listen to what they want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's really coming from. So kids. If a little girl hears a song and let's say fucking nigga get some, excuse me,
No, I mean, that's true.
And get some money, you know what I'm saying? she gonna be like 5 years old thinking like, I said, or if little boy here like get a bag of blood, he gonna really think he already got the little blower playing Call of Duty and Fortnite. So it's like their minds is already thinking something else. It's way advanced.
They think it's a game. They think it's a game out here. I'm gonna be real.
When we grew up, even back then, it was like I wasn't alive. Colors, what was it? Black and white? I was about to say gray screen. It was black and white TV, then it was the color screen, but it was like no internet. So they couldn't, nothing was moving so fast. The music, everything was traveling at a low.
It was organic. It was straight organic.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got internet to the point. Anything anyone say or do, it goes out. And if it's good, really good, or really, really bad, it still get exposed to the world to the point people pick it up. And once people pick it up, it goes to another level. Once it hits, I feel like a certain status, it goes to a level where people will mimic whatever it is. No matter what it is, they're going to mimic it. It don't matter what it is, to the point it makes society confused. Because it's like, oh, this is the new thing to do.
But you know what? I feel like that society is also very backwards, because as much as obviously, like, that's why you see a lot of artists which Lil Kim been telling y'all this, so to stay independent, but nobody was trying to hear her, or nobody gave her credit for that. She was telling people stay independent, and so a lot of artists are realizing that and making their own camps to do that. But little they know, a lot of these dudes that like you see on the TV, you're like, they're talking about their past life. They're not street dudes no more. But that's what's selling. Some of them are
talking about somebody else's past.
Somebody else's life, or it's their past life, or it's a facade. Because what I learned about the music industry, and it's crazy because I wanted to do A&R, it's not about talent. All you really got to do as an artist, and Moneybagg said this, he said, you just got to find like a hard beat and ride it and make a bop, and then continuously just keep coming out with hits. If you're a pretty girl, and look, no disrespect, and I love her, Sweetie, certain people where, she cannot rap, but she's a beautiful woman, they can market that. So they don't care if you can't rap or you can't sing. If you can make us money, that's all we care. We have a team.
But when it comes to being signed as an artist, I would say it's like that's not everyone, but it's good for some artists, I would say. It's not good for everyone. You get what I'm saying? Because every deal is different. You get what I'm saying? And making a deal is just all about being a businessman. So when it comes to artists talking about be independent, yeah, you should be independent, but then again, you can still be independent and do a partnership with somebody, meaning you're still signing a deal with them. Yeah. You're still in the business with them, meaning like no matter what, you got to deal with them. You know what I'm saying?
You're not having to split your bread 9 different ways.
You don't have to split your bread 9 different ways, but if you knew your business from the straight go before you sign that contract, you would have told them what you want.
Like Blueface has the worst record deal.
But then again, he don't know.
He didn't know what he don't know.
A lot of artists don't know business. So
what he just said.
So what they do is they pick young artists that don't know anything about the business. You got the talent, but you don't know the business structure. So they're not gonna pick an artist like someone like Nipsey Hussle that knows the whole business that has the music, because then you can't
contracts.
You can't
lie to him about it.
You can't lie to him, and you can't put a price on him because he knows his own price.
He knows his value.
So when you don't know your value, and you don't know business, and you don't know what certain terms mean and certain things, you're gonna just be like, all right, bro, I'm ready to do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna sign it. Yeah, I'm gonna sign it, not knowing like it said like 36 weeks of this, and you got to pay this.
You didn't read the fine print. It's a 360 deal.
You just sign
caveats,
and you're not.
And that's why you see a lot of artists like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, a lot of artists. Yeah. Why? And everybody's like, "Where's the album?" And it's like she cannot. And what I just heard from Cameron was there's an 8-year statute of limitation. After 8 years, you can re-record all your stuff.
Shout out to
Phil. So it's just all about like. If you know business, you gotta be on your shit. You gotta be a boss.
And it's crazy that you say that, because she brought up Lil Kim, and one of my favorite artists is Cameron, and Cameron got to be around big. and Kim and all them. You feel me? Cameron was gonna be a big artist and all that. So it's just like, with that being said, she said, you know, oh, Biggie, you know, his situation, who he was trying to, what was going on. Kim telling us the same thing because she watched somebody go through that. And guess what? Big wrote her shit. But he didn't know that. Diddy ain't know that because Diddy would have got plugged.
Yeah, well, you know, people know when you...
But I don't know all the stipulations to the contract, so I ain't going to speak too much on it.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, you just got to be a boss to know.
So they say.
When it comes to contracts, any contract, it don't matter if it's music, it don't matter if it's a refrigerator that you bought on fucking Amazon. You just make sure you have your receipt and know your business.
People don't read though. It's crazy because I tell people all the time, so like black people were killed maybe like 60 years ago for even trying to want to read.
Yeah, to know.
Like you would, if you were caught reading, you would be hung.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's literally crazy how people are so lazy. They don't want to Google. They will ask you crazy questions, and you're like, you didn't want to Google that or YouTube it. Like the answer that you're looking for, YouTube, and it's right there. I promise you. But they don't want to read that.
Certain things on YouTube. I learned YouTube with Blackout 7 shit. YouTube, we got to talk about that shit.
But you research space. There's so many. There's too many resources out there for you not to know.
And going through the search engines, different ones, you'll definitely get to YouTube. You know, whatever you're looking for will find you definitely.
Okay. Trust me.
I ain't gonna go. Honestly, you just gotta believe in yourself. It starts with believing in yourself. And not really just settling for what somebody tell you. Just put yourself in a position. If somebody tell you one thing, go find a reliable source and figure it out and find it out yourself. And if those words don't match, you make the decision if you should still deal with that person. Just don't let somebody tell you something and you don't look into it. Like, you gonna put your money into something you don't know about? More than likely not. So that's why I tell you, like, it's important to, like I said, it's important to read books and know what you want to do and know what you're signing over.
Research into what you're trying to get into. Like if you know you want to get into music, like I was telling a friend, like I like looking at like interviews and podcasts. So I'm up at nighttime, I can't sleep. I'm looking at interviews with artists or like old interviews to kind of see, you know, like what are they talking about? Like they're giving you game all the time. It's like you don't really nowadays you really don't have to really pay a mentor because I promise you YouTube, you'll find everything you need to know on there. But it's just a matter of if you're really taking it in and trying to learn from it. Yeah. And it's a matter of, are you just trying to make money or are you trying to be famous? Because if you're with anything you do, modeling, acting, they're like, you want to be famous. We want to make money. So yes, we're going to make you famous and we're going to make the money off you. Right. Until you're like, hold on, no. Like that movie Cadillac Records. I love that.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot from that.
Inside the office, he's like, oh, you're going to be rich. She's like, hold on 1 second. Switch seats with them. And then he was like, okay, because he was smart. But the other guy, what is Howlin' Ray? Yeah. He's just borrowing money in debt, just spending on his all broke. And then he didn't really get the album that she was supposed to until the Beatles kind of like, man, we love you. We came from London. And so it's just a matter of you got to know your stuff. And if you really want to be taken serious and not taken advantage of, you can't just depend on people around you to do everything the right way. And some people are blessed enough to have solid people around them to keep them like, hey, no, bro, don't do this, sis, you know, but a lot of times people are just trying to hop on your opportunity to ride your wave. And then when it's dried up, where are these people at?
Where they at? So, with that being said, you know, we about to wrap it up, but give them a final message on what you would say to people that are like that and how should they deal with that. Like, give them some ending words on advice on how they should deal with that, because that's not easy to deal with. That's something people often struggle with.
You have to remember that your purpose, like you were sent here for a reason, and your purpose is for you and you only. You came into this world, look, obviously if you came in here with a twin, but you came in individually. So you have to remember that a lot of times, a lot of people around you are not going to see your vision or what's been put into your eyesight. So when you're going through different heights and you're elevating, you're going to lose a lot of people around you because you no longer relate to them. Like, let's say you have a friend, you guys used to smoke, turn up and drink all the time, but now you're like reading books, you're really growing, and you're not smoking and drinking. Well, now you guys, the value gap has kind of risen because now you have nothing in common anymore. I don't smoke and drink no more.
Exactly.
I'm on to the next phase of my life. So a lot of people take that personally. Oh, you're changing. Your ego's in your way. You're better than everybody.
You're supposed to change. You're supposed to.
Right. So if I'm not growing, it's like I'm dying. So it's like, okay, but you got to keep going. And then along the way, you will meet people that be able to keep up and stay on the same page as you. But you can't worry about that. Honestly, I wish I would have learned that earlier.
Me too.
I stopped caring about it. Like, okay, well, next. Usually when someone falls out of my life that's been in my life for a long time, that's like a sign that I'm going to the next level.
Exactly.
And it's on to the next.
Can't look back.
Shit, you too. How to wrap that, with your last understatements, how would you deal with that, bro? Because I know you've been going through that plenty lately. Plenty. You know what I mean? How you deal with it?
I just stay focused, man. I try to keep a right mind, you feel me? Stay positive through all the negative, you feel me? Like, you gonna outgrow people, you feel me? That's just how the world is. You get what I'm saying? You can't be sad either. You can't be mad, sad. You can't look behind you. You can't do none of that. You just gotta stay focused on what you need to do, because if you don't, that can knock you off to the point you back in the pit. It's over. Yeah, right. When it's over, they turned up, nobody looking for you, you just gotta climb out like Batman. So at the end of the day, it's like, just stay focused. Bro, stay focused and loyal to your word. That's what it really is, bro. Like, your
word is all you have.
And we gonna end the podcast on that note. Like Scarface say, your word and your bars is all you have. And if you're a woman, your word and your ovaries and your loyalty is all you have. And
I just have loyalty.
No, we got loyalty too. But our loyalty is to make sure that our family is good. Making sure. Yeah, and that's for the next episode. Our loyalty is to us is to make sure that us as hunters, that your family, the kids is good. And if the man ain't taking care of the house and the family, you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. But if you ain't doing your part, you gonna get the hell of it. But like I said, make sure you tap in on the Baltimore University website to purchase. We got shorts, we got bucket hats, like you see here. Show them the shorts, Jazz. Show them a couple. We got some paint shorts going on for the ladies, the Lady Hawks, embroidered emblems. We got some, we just got flavors. So I know y'all, you might be busy in LA, or if you're not busy in LA, make sure you tap in, show some love, leave some likes, some comments, show some love. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday.